Want to know my secret to breeding guppies? Good morning, fishy folks. Happy Sunday Funday. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to talk about how to breed guppies. I get asked this question quite a bit, actually. What size tank do you use? You know, when do you pull the mother? When do you put her back? What do you feed them? So we're going to go over all that good stuff today in this video. If you have any questions or see anything you like and you want to buy, you can always email me at michaelsfishroom@gmail.com. And, you know, it's a little too cold to ship still. Maybe when it gets warmer we'll ship. But if you're local to South Jersey, probably we can work something out. I had somebody comment yesterday about Maryland. They said it's about 4 hours away. We could probably meet in the middle somewhere, but, you know, we'll at least let me know. Maybe we could work it out. Alright, guppies. Very, very easy fish to breed. A fairly easy fish to keep. My tanks are about in the low 6s for pH, but I've bred them in everything up to about 7.4. I'm sure they can breed up to almost 8, but I've never done it, so I can't speak to that. Other water parameters, just like every other live bear, they like the water. They like the water hard. And temperatures, the warmer the temperature, the more they'll breed, but also kind of the quicker they'll die. We're not talking about if you have the water at 75, they'll live 10 years, and if you have the water at 80, they live 15 minutes. But just know that pretty much with any fish, the warmer the water, for the most part, the faster their metabolism works, which kind of burns them out faster. The other thing about guppies, especially females, is I don't want to say it's common, but you can lose a female after she gives birth. It's very stressful, and sometimes their bodies can't handle it. So, how do I breed guppies? I'll show you. Alright, fishy folks, here's my basic tank setup. I typically use a 10-gallon. I buy them for $10 currently at Petco. If you're a good Craigslist shopper, you can buy them cheaper. I've bought 10-gallon tanks as low as $4 each. That's a whole nother video though. So we have a 10-gallon tank. We have a sponge filter in the back. That's a homemade sponge filter. Probably built it for $3 or $4. Big chunk of Java grass and Java moss, and some floating plants. And that's how I set my tank up. The reason for the sponge filter: they're cheap, they're easy, and you can't lose any fry that way. The reason for the Java moss and floating plants, and it doesn't have to necessarily be Java moss. It could be guppy grass, it could be a different kind of moss. It could be, you know, thick plants that are rooted. You need a place for the guppies to hide. So the guppy mom will go in there, drop 20, 25 fry or more, and then the babies will hide in there so they don't get eaten, because guppy moms and dads love little tender babies because they're delicious. So you need a place for them to hide. Now the other method is to use a breeding box. You put the mom in there, she drops her fry, the fry swim out. That's very stressful for the mom. I don't like doing that. It also takes work. You have to know when to move them. I just breed like this. It's easier for me, and I get quite a good yield as long as there's plenty of places to hide. In addition, the babies can eat off the moss, the little microorganisms that are in there and on there, and they grow up and look nice and healthy. So that's how I set my tank up. Now let's talk a little bit about guppies. Where to buy guppies? You can buy guppies from your local fish club auctions, local breeders. You can trade. You can look for at Craigslist or Aquabid. You can buy guppies at PetSmart or Petco, or your local fish store even. Now here's the thing with guppies and most live bearers. If you buy them at Petco or PetSmart, or sometimes even your local fish store, if they don't quarantine, they could have issues. they could have internal parasites or ick or fungus or something. Ooh, this is going to be loud. Shut that off. These are the German blacks I just got. Everybody's doing well. Yeah. So, you have to quarantine them. We all know the importance of quarantining. If you watch any of my videos, if you watch, yeah, that sucks. If you watch any of Corey's videos, you have to quarantine. And this tank right here is a quarantine tank. If you remember, I got these guppies at my local fish club auction. They're half blacks, 2 males, 2 females. And I only see 3. Oh, there's the other one in the back. And even though they're from a local breeder who I happen to know and talk to and pretty much has the same opinion about quarantining as I do, I quarantine them. In fact, when I got these guppies from Corey at Aquarium Co-op, I know his quarantine procedure. I use it. You know, he produces videos on it. We talked about it before he even had the video out because of how my system was set up. And when I got these in, the first thing I did was quarantine them. They went into tanks with meds, and we quarantine. And it's very important to do that, especially with guppies and other live bearers that you get. Because in most cases, especially if you buy them from big box stores, the conditions they're kept in at the breeders isn't ideal for them. So that's my little ramble about quarantine. If you want to see how I quarantine, I'll put a link somewhere for you guys to click on and go check out. Alright, food. Let's talk about food for guppies. They'll eat pretty much anything. They are small, so you know, if you're going to do a pellet, you want to do, I would say the biggest 1 millimeter, but I like the 0.5 millimeter or smaller pellets. I use crushed flake food quite frequently. I also feed frozen food, bloodworms. If you can get the small bloodworms, that's even better. They're a little bit more expensive, so I don't get them. I let them eat the regular sized bloodworms. But Cyclops is really good for them. Brine shrimp. That's what I feed. I primarily feed flake food, as you know, to my breeding groups once a day and frozen once a day. And that's how I choose to do it. If I fed frozen, they may breed more frequently, but for me, the cost of frozen to high quality flake with guppies, what am I trying to say? The cost to yield ratio, what am I trying to say? Damn it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. You guys are probably all yelling at the screen, you mean? And I can't think of it. The cost analysis, cost price, damn it. Alright, it's early, I haven't had coffee. Please forgive me. Anyway, for me, it's just worth it to feed high quality flake food. As you know, I just got some flake food from Tyler at Fish Freaks Plus, and all my guppies love it. The super color flake and the angel flake, they devour it. In fact, these 2 guppy tanks that we're looking at, these are black pandas from Aquarium Co-op, and these are the bluegrass, also from Aquarium Co-op. Let me tell you a quick story. So I got these in. I'll put a link in here for you guys to watch that video. It was an unboxing video, and they came in super healthy. Put them in, I got a pair of each. Put them in quarantine, and the female black panda dropped fry and then died. So almost all these fish, actually probably all these fish in here are the offspring. I probably have sold the adult male because I did sell some of these at auction. And then so I had to be very careful with the male that was left and the babies. I didn't want to lose them. So when I say careful, I didn't do anything different. I mean, I'm always careful, right? So, but you can see in there all the Java moss for them to hide in. There's mulm even in the tank. Babies will eat on that. And so we just let this tank go. We fed it. We made sure the water quality was good, and that's that. You can see in the back there's more fry. And this colony's starting to reproduce. Like I said, I have sold a couple pairs out of there at auction and stuff like that. Kyle, if you're listening, when it gets warmer, I'll send you your reverse trio. We'll work something out. Same thing happened with the bluegrass, except it took a little longer, I think. The female dropped fry and then died. And so I didn't want to lose these guys. I've never seen these guys around my area at any fish stores. So that's kind of cool. But everything in here but that big male is all from the first fry. And you can see there's at least 2 different drops of fry in there, plus some pretty pregnant females. How can you tell if a female is pregnant? If she has a big belly, like that, and if she'll turn her gravid spot, that dark patch underneath, that means she's pregnant. When that big belly starts to square off, that means she's going to drop fry probably within 36 hours when it gets pretty square. I find that guppies can drop fry as frequently as every 4 weeks, but that's pretty stressful for them. So I don't really know how often mine drop fry because of the way I breed them. If I only had 1 female and 1 male, I could probably tell, but with multiple females in the tank, it's hard to tell. Let's talk about culling. So for those of you that don't know, culling is removing damaged fish and removing them from the population. It doesn't necessarily mean killing them, it just means removing them from the population. So let's say a guppy was born with a broken back or a bent spine, and it's genetic. You definitely don't want to keep that in your breeding colony. You want to move it. If you cull it and you give it to an Oscar or a bigger fish to eat, that's okay. That's the circle of life. Don't flush it, don't clove oil it, don't freeze it. Keep it in another tank, let it live, just let it live out its life. But anyway, that's just my philosophical thoughts. Alright, fishy folks, we're going to talk about a controversial topic, culling fish, which basically means removing an undesired fish from your breeding colony or gene pool. Could be something as simple as a bent spine or another genetic deformity, or it could just be colors that you don't particularly want. Some people think culling means euthanizing, but it could. But I choose not to euthanize. I choose to complete the circle of life. If you don't know what that means, it means I feed my culls to other fish. This way, at least somebody's getting the benefit. If that's not what you choose to do, or you think that's inhumane, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, as I am mine. That's it for the philosophical BS for today. I think that's about it for guppies as well. If you have any questions, like I said, hit me up at michaelsfishroom@gmail.com. And hopefully I can answer your questions. Hope everyone has a great day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Maybe even share this if you will. And if you don't like it, if you want to give me a thumbs down, please, by all means, hit that dislike button. But if you don't let me know what you don't like, I can't fix it. Every one of my videos pretty much has a dislike, and that's okay. I can't please everyone. But I keep saying this. If you don't let me know what you don't like, I can't fix it. Alright guys, gals, kids, adults, have a great Sunday Funday. Good morning, fishy folks. Happy Sunday Funday. Here in New Jersey. Sorry, little blah. Want to breed guppies? So, you want to breed guppies. Good morning, fishy folks. Happy Sunday, Funday. Hope everyone is doing great. Today we're going to talk about guppies. All about guppies. Good morning, fishy folks. Happy Sunday, Funday. Today we're going to talk about guppies. Probably one of my favorite fish. Pretty easy to breed. Pretty hardy if you know what you're doing. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but yeah, stupid.